January is kind of a rough month for movies, and even that feels like I'm putting it lightly. Anytime I see a movie I'm anticipating get slated with a January release date, my expectations and excitement drop significantly. January has just become a dumping ground for not great work. However, if anyone was able to beat the January doldrums, it would be Keke Palmer and SZA. One of them days comes to us from producer Issa Rae, director Lawrence Lamont in his feature directorial debut, and writer Cyrita Singleton, who previously was the showrunner on Rap Shit on HBO. And it is about best friends and roommates Drew and Alyssa, played by Keke Palmer and SZA, respectively, who are having, as the title suggests, one of them days. Keke Palmer's character Drew works the overnight shift at a local diner, and she is about to interview for a new managerial position that will put her on a regular schedule with much better pay, and it feels like this is the moment Drew has been waiting for. Drew is very type A, and she has a plan and likes to stick to that plan. Alyssa is the polar opposite. She is very go with the flow. She loves throwing it all up to the universe and trusting that everything will work out. She's kind of a hippie. She's also dating Keyshawn, who is essentially squatting in their apartment. They come back home to find that Keyshawn has taken their rent money and blown it on a very stupid financial investment. Now the duo is finding themselves going to an extreme and comical race against the clock to come up with their rent money by the end of the day to avoid being evicted. This movie feels like such a little glimmer in a sea of January slop. It feels reminiscent of the kind of comedies we used to get. It has a nostalgic vibe to it, but it also feels really fresh and forward. But I think the biggest reason why this movie works is because of our two leads. I say this on every platform, and I will say it until the day I die. I think Keke Palmer is the most charismatic person alive and one of the most talented people we have right now, and she's just a movie star. She sells every single joke so well, and then she also manages to create additional comedic beats out of what would be throwaway lines in another person's hands. My crowd, when I saw it, was eating out of the palm of her hands, no pun intended. She's always been great and she just gets better, but she just really commanded the screen with such confidence. I also really appreciated how much subtle work she did to add some depth to Drew. Drew definitely falls into that type A archetype, but Keke Palmer doesn't let her just be the straight man. She doesn't let her just be the archetype. She gives her a little more heft. You can really feel Drew's desperation and craving for just some semblance of stability. And it's never grating. It's never like a killjoy kind of thing. It's very sincere and earnest, and we really feel for her. This is SZA's first acting role, and she really impressed me. I do think Alyssa is a bit more thinly written. I don't think SZA has as much to work with, and she's doing her best, but you can definitely feel her kind of struggling with her footing at some points. Alyssa's in this awful relationship, and we do hint at the fact that she doesn't respect herself because she puts up with this. She also alludes to not feeling as confident in her art, but I do wish we kind of dove just a little bit deeper into that. I feel like there was maybe a little to explore there. It's kind of thrown at us. But I will say, when SZA gets to play off Keke Palmer, she really comes alive as an actress. You can really feel her comfort level with Palmer. They're really playing off each other. The dynamic feels very lived in. It feels very real. It's very fun. There's these little detailed nuances that could only shine through with a friendship of years and years and years, you know? I do think as the movie goes on, it struggles a bit with momentum, and like I said, it does rely on those familiar archetypes. It does rely on those familiar beats. I do think Singleton's writing is so funny and sharp. The humor is really quick, and it makes up for that. And I do think while a lot of the characters are kind of thin and just kind of filling a space, they are all vibrant personalities. They all make this place, this community, feel very alive and very real, which kind of brings me to Lawrence Lamont's direction. I think he makes the city of LA feel so real. It almost feels like its own character in a way, and I really appreciated that. Full disclosure, my seat neighbors were kind of awful during this. I'm talking like they showed up 45 minutes into the movie and stood in front of me and then had too many people in the row and sat on my armrest. So I think that detracted a little bit from my enjoyment, so I would like to see that again without all the distraction. I don't think this movie necessarily reinvents the wheel, but it feels really refreshing. It feels very uplifting. I think the whole ensemble is really great and really going for it. And the central relationship at the center of it is so winning. I don't know how you couldn't enjoy yourself in this. I think it's a perfect 3-star movie. It's fun, it'll have you laughing out loud, and it's not asking you to do a lot of heavy lifting. Make sure you check out One of Them Days. It's in theaters now. It's such a delightful movie for this glum time of year. Let me know what you think about it, and make sure you do all the things you're supposed to do with a YouTube video, like subscribe, comment, and follow me everywhere you can, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!